Hi, for my projectizone, hope I'm pronouncing that right, for my practicum, I chose to do global gardening. I work with 3-year-old children, and I thought that this would be a great project that lent itself to a lot of creativity and a lot of extension and enrichment lessons. Within the global gardening, we were also learning about recycling. So I was kind of doing a whole integrated curriculum with the first um, lesson being that the students would learn about what it took to grow a plant, soil, water, and sun. They were able to create little felt board scenes of the soil, the soil, the water, the sun, and then the plant growing. Um, I thought it would be enjoyable for the students, the whole gardening uh, uh, topic, because it allows them to be very interactive and engaged with the learning. It There was a lot of components within the 5 lessons that were created that allowed the students a lot of creativity. And for instance, the third lesson was when the students actually planted a small herb garden of their own with 4 different herbs in it from around the world: Greece, Italy, Mexico, and the United States, and they planted them in recycled egg cartons. Um, and I thought this was making the whole lesson very integrated and bringing in a great deal of social studies along with creative arts and well, language arts as well for the students. There are many areas in the lesson that I feel helped further their understanding. We had a great deal of literature or books to go with all the lessons. For instance, the first lesson was called The Curious Garden by Peter Brown, and it involved a, a child or a boy finding recycled items in an old train station, and this is where he started a garden, and then it grew to be a citywide project, and all the children, coming and learning how to garden. We did Steganona, The Harvest. There's several other books, the Pizza Party, Dragons Love Tacos. So there really was quite a bit of additional materials that I was able to add into my 5-lesson plan. The adjustments that I've made were in lesson 5. It became much more interactive. Instead of just having the children creating originally a passport of the places we've been to, meaning the places where the herbs had originated from, it became more of a 3D, or it will become more of a 3D project that they'll be working on. They'll be working on with the bottom of the egg carton and molding clay and other items that we find for the children to recreate their own small garden. So they will have the real garden with the herbs in it, and then they will have a garden that they create to show their understanding of what it takes to grow a garden and what their own garden would look like. Also, so that will change my formative assessment. My formative assessment was also going to be the passport that they created, but instead now it will be their understanding of what goes into a garden, and they will show this in their 3D model that they will create. In my own classroom, if I was able to do this without the constriction or restriction of time and being in someone else's classroom, I would enrich it by actually cooking with the herbs with the kids if I could, including the families, sending home a newsletter asking for favorite recipes that might use these herbs. Possibly even having the families in to test some of the food that the students make. We could make a classroom cookbook. There's quite a few ways we could also take it and go for more of a recycling aspect and learn more about recycling items and how these items can be reused for other projects or other uses than their original use. Anyway, that is why I chose global gardening. I felt that it really lent itself to a group of lessons that could really go in many directions and that would be very interesting and interactive for the 3-year-old classroom.